thank you to the Bending Saiyan for their generous donation on Patreon. If you would like to join them in their generosity, the link to my Patreon page is in the description.
Now that I'm alone in my room, I can't keep myself from fidgeting around and looking for something to do. To compound onto my frustration, due to Aki's smaller size and shorter fur, he finished drying himself in a quarter of the time it took me to do the same. At least he took his dryer and turned it on me to help me dry and comb my fur faster. Hung out for a few minutes afterwards before he finally left for school. Helping me bathe and move around the house took so much time that most of his usual morning routine was gone by the time we were finished, leaving no time for him to study and review before class. I feel kind of bad about that. Now what do I do with myself? Looking around my room, the whole place feels so alien. I know it's my room, but it really doesn't feel like it is. Keep having to snap my attention away from bad thoughts all the time and can't bring myself to focus on anything. A while ago, I grabbed my notes my classmates kindly took for me and tried getting up to date on the subjects I missed while I was absent. Or to be more precise, I'm still doing it, but I'm not making any progress at all. After a couple hours, I'm no more than 10 pages in. Ugh, this is exhausting. At least Mom should be coming home soon. I don't trust myself being left alone. Mind keeps wanting to think of things that I'd rather not think about. Just keeping those thoughts away already feels like a ton of effort. It's a lot easier when someone else is around. I still have to watch myself and make sure I don't slip into a bad mind state. Otherwise it's easier to stay distracted. Jun and Shuichi said they'd come by after class. At the same time that I'm thankful to have them around, having to watch my reaction sounds exhausting. I both do and don't want them to be here. Pretending to be in a good mood for Aki was already way tiring. It was good to have a distraction, sure, but there's no way things would get better just like that. Sai and Keisuke won't be back till Sunday night, so I can't really talk to them, even if they're not in class. Shouldn't be disturbing their concentration when they're in between matches. God, everyone I know is at school right now! That's a sad thing to think about. Can't believe I kind of missed the hospital. At least I had some nurses coming and going all the time, so I didn't feel like I was alone. Take deep breaths, Rutherford. You have a laptop right there. Just pull up fucking YouTube and go to town. Hell, pull up Pornhub and go to town. Do something. Wah! I'm snapped out of my internal rambly thoughts by my phone vibrating and ringing loudly on top of my desk. I quickly grab it, seeing a call from the school. Hello? This is Rutherford speaking. Oh, fuck. I don't remember.
Hello, this is Katsuragi. Rutherford-kun, it's good to speak with you.
Sensei, what's going on?
Shuichi-kun has informed us that you're mostly recovered and will be getting back to school on Monday. I hope it's okay with you, but there was a matter I needed to discuss a little while ago, but couldn't since you were absent.
Oh, are they doing the fucking college talk? He's gonna get offered a scholarship that he can't accept because he can't play anymore? Oh, that hurts. I didn't even think about that. Well, I had thought about it, but I hadn't considered it that much. Oh, right. I did ask Shuichi to let them know I'd be getting back next week. No, I made sure to tell them I don't want anyone to know about my accident until I got back. Okay?
I don't want to impose when you're still recovering, so we can schedule a meeting for Monday morning when you arrive. I just wanted to let you know.
It's not really an imposition. I'm mostly fine right now. I can talk. We can go over it right now.
Are you sure?
Yeah. In fact, please talk to me. I'll take anything I can get. I just want someone else to talk to so I can distract myself. This ain't gonna be a distraction, buddy. This is gonna be bad.
Very well.
Since it cleared her throat. It's really easy to imagine her straightening her posture on the other end of the line. She does that whenever she has something important to talk about.
I can't really go into the details, since I do require some visual aid materials that I have here in my office, but I'll give you some general knowledge about the offer.
The offer?
Yes. We have had an international college reach directly to us some time ago about wanting to be put in contact with you regarding an athletic scholarship.
Boom. There it is. Oh, God. This is going to be bad. Oh, man. As soon as I hear as soon as I hear the words athletic scholarship, my entire body freezes. It's like a bucket of cold water had suddenly been dropped on me. I shiver from head to toe, a breath still caught inside my throat.
A certain institute in Vancouver, Canada, has offered to give you a full-ride scholarship to a wide array of different majors they offer, all in exchange for you joining the tennis program. According to our research, not only is the institution highly regarded, their training facilities are top-notch.
I see. At some point, Katsuragi-sensei started droning on details on the whole offer, and I only half listened. Full gist of it is that it's an incredibly generous offer, worth hundreds of millions of yen, the kind of that most athletes probably dream of. But I can't dream of that. I'm forced to listen, offering nothing more than a few nods and grunts here and there while she goes on about the numbers, what kind of facilities they have, what kind of majors they offer. Too much. It's too much information. My brain shuts down, unable to comprehend all I'm being told. Sensei, I'll have to think about it.
What? But I'm not...
I turned the phone off immediately, tossing it onto the desk without a second thought. I'm cold. Why did I have to hear that? An athletic scholarship? Are you kidding me? Do I look like I can do anything about it? Crap, my eyes are starting to burn. Stupid college people. Stupid sensei. You have to talk about this with me right now. What the hell is this? What kind of sick sense of humor does the world have to throw this at me now of all times? It's not fair. It's not fucking fair. Rutherford, I'm back. Mom. I answer, my voice catching in my throat and coming out as a strained bark. Is everything okay? I think I'm gonna throw up. I'm coming inside. Don't. Sweetie? Hey, Mom. What's wrong? You're sweating heavily. I'm fine. I can't let her worry about me too much. She's got too much on her plate already. You don't look fine. It's okay. I just got a bit woozy for a second, I think, because I didn't have breakfast. That's not good. I'll go downstairs and whip up something for you to eat real quick. Do you want me to help you down the stairs? I got you your crutches. Just the crutches are fine, thanks. I'd rather do it on my own. Are you sure? Yes. Gosh, you worry too much. It's just my knee that's a little bit banged up. The rest of the injuries are pretty much healed already. Okay. I won't fuss too much. Thanks. I'll be down in a minute. Just give me the crutches so I can acclimate to them a bit before I have to go down the stairs. Okay. And I'll make you something really light for lunch since you're feeling sick. Thanks, Mom. You're great. Do let me know if you need any help. I will. She hands me a pair of metal crutches. All of it is nicely rounded and polished, no sharp edges anywhere to be found. The handle, the armrest, the bottom, all those parts are finished off with a layer of rubber for both comfort and better grip. Just holding it, I can already tell this thing is really steady. This'll be a great help. I hope it will. I spared no expense. Please tell me you didn't break bank buying it. Don't be silly. I know how to manage my money. I'm not going to buy something that is out of budget. Good. At least I don't need to feel guilty about her getting an ungodly expensive pair for me. That would really suck. Mom hangs around for a few moments more, watching me with a big smile on her face as I use the crutches for the first time, getting myself up from the chair on my own, standing on my own too. We're 3 feet. 3. Oh, yeah, because, yeah. These are great. I feel really steady. Oh, I'm so glad to hear. Period. Hear that. Is it comfortable? Yeah, hands are very soft and grippy. I don't think it'll be a problem even if my hands were to get sweaty.
Good. I'll be waiting for you downstairs. I'll get started on lunch.
Thanks. It kind of sucks that even the enthusiasm over the crutches has to be marred right now. I'm just glad Mom showed up before I spiraled even worse. Just lock it all inside and far, far away. For better or worse, I'll have to deal with it on Monday. At least I have some time to steel myself before then. For now, though, man, being able to walk around on my own is great. Even if this thing is inconvenient and really slow using it. Even a little bit of independence is better than nothing. My whole body already felt weak from being stuck in a bed for so long. I'll be taking this thing everywhere. First stop, downstairs. Actually, no. First stop, the bathroom. Putting a lot of emphasis on how much he's having to use the bathroom. Did he get a kidney problem? Oh, God. Vital sounds of some kind of random TV show, or only barely enough to drown away the constant buzzing of my thoughts and shooting around at the light speed in my head. Every now and again, I hear one clink or another coming from the kitchen as Mom works on making lunch. Not gonna lie, it smells pretty amazing. My stomach match was all tied up in knots earlier, but I'm starting to feel hungry again just by being downstairs and smelling it. Every now and again, the idle bad thought comes, but it's much easier to chase away by starting a random conversation with Mom in the kitchen or fiddling with my phone. Being locked up in that hospital room all day, every day by myself wasn't good for my mental health. If it weren't for Aki basically forcing his way in there and to keep me company, I'd have gone insane.
What is it you're watching, sweetie?
Mom's voice echoes softly from the kitchen, calling my attention away from my idle daydreams. This? I don't know, actually. I wasn't really paying attention.
Then why do you have it on?
I like the noise.
The noise, huh? You're so much like your father.
I am? Huh. I sneak a quick glance in the direction of our little shrine, seeing its doors open, something that is already plenty rare in this house. They're only ever left open when Mom is home, mostly because it's always made me a little uncomfortable, and I wasn't all too sure why. As I got older, staring at that picture of my dad just creeped me out. Something about it made me uneasy, and I would constantly close the door on it until it became a habit. I'm not about to get up with a pair of crutches just to close that door. That'd be ridiculous. Mom?
Yes, sweetie?
What was Dad like? Oh boy! I hear the sound of plates falling on the kitchen counter, instinctively looking back to see if anything's wrong. Thankfully, nothing seems to be broken, at least from my vantage point. However, Mom stands frozen on her spot, her back turned to me.
What was your dad like? That's the first time you've talked about him in years.
Yeah. Mom wipes down the counter, putting the plate she dropped back in place before walking to the living room, taking a seat right next to me. For some reason, I instinctively adjust myself on the couch. Again, with the ons and ins backwards, I still don't have a proper explanation. Why do you do that, Basket?
You were only 6 when he died. What do you remember about him?
Not that much, actually. I remember he was the one who taught me how to play tennis. I remember him always being busy. Never had time to play with me because he was always at work. Actually, I remember the times he wasn't there more than the times he was. How messed up is that?
Well, your dad did work quite a lot, so I can understand that. I only wish you boys could have gotten to know him better.
I mostly feel bad for Aki. At least I remember him a little. Aki doesn't at all.
Yes.
So, I'm sorry if it's sudden, but I'm a bit curious. What kind of man was Dad like?
Let's see. He was very much like you.
Like me?
Your father was quite popular in school. He was very smart, likable, even if he could be a little dense at times. I'd had a crush on him since our second year of middle school. I even thought for sure I'd confessed to him and been rejected during our third year, yet the goof apparently hadn't noticed I confessed at all. He didn't even know I liked him till well into our senior year of high school.
What? Seriously? That sounds exhausting.
Oh, I'm sure it was. At the time, at least. Nowadays, I only remember it fondly. Your father was very tense. He could be exasperating at times, but in the end, it only made me love him more. Whenever he did something that hurt me or anyone else, you always knew he didn't mean it. He had no malice in him at all.
That strikes uncomfortably close to home. I'm sure if I told my friends about it, they'd all unanimously agree that that's me.
Really, I could never understand how someone so smart could be so stupid at the same time. It was a wonder to see.
I feel personally attacked.
It's all right, sweetie. If your friends are anything like Ken's were, they could never hold a grudge.
I wonder about that. How many times must I have hurt them by being oblivious? Only now do I know that June has had feelings for me for a while, and because I couldn't tell at first, he ended up hurt. I would much rather be like Aki. He's really good at picking up what other people think and feel. Annoyingly good, in fact. Little shit was already hinting at June and I being a thing before I even knew June had feelings for him. That's a typo. For me, not him. Oh, God. I swear, I don't know how he does it, but it's downright scary sometimes. Must have gotten it from Mom, because it seems like he definitely didn't get it from Dad. And I'm not like that either, so... What did Dad do? For work, I mean.
He was a public servant. He was working at the Department of Health before he passed. Your father was a bit of a workaholic. I got pregnant with you far earlier than we intended, and he began working double shifts to provide for us. I barely had time to finish college. You were only a year old when I graduated.
Oh, sorry.
Don't apologize, sweetie. I don't regret it at all. It might have been difficult, but I wouldn't trade the time I had with you for anything in this world. Neither would your father, I'm sure.
Was Dad excited to have me?
Oh, honey. Your father was in love with you even before you were born. For months, you were all he could talk about. I wonder if Rutherford will like sports. I wonder if he'll grow up big and strong. I have to make sure he's taken care of. Your father loved children. In fact, I'm pretty sure the days he found out I was pregnant of you and of Aki were the happiest of his life. Happiest days of his life.
Dad was that kind of guy, huh? I do seem to remember him smiling a lot. He never had free time to spend with me, but the few times that he did, I remember him smiling and playing around with me a bunch. I remember him holding me in his arms when I was sick and sad and consoling me when Mom was tired. I remember him talking to me about how much he loved tennis and how much he dreamed of making a career out of it. I used to idolize him way back then. Actually, I don't think I ever really dealt with his death all that much. When he died, Aki was almost born. Dad would keep telling me how I was going to be an older brother soon and would have to look out for Aki. So, once he died, I did everything I could to do just that.
Oh, but make no mistake, he could be strict when needed. You might have been a good kid, but you were still very rowdy. He needed to discipline you more than once. For the first 6 years of your life, I was a housewife. Being able to stay home with you every day was a blessing, but it was also very challenging. I was often just as tired as Ken when he'd get home. He never held it against me, though. He'd come home from work and would immediately spring into his role as your father.
taking care of anything that still needed taking care of, spending time with you, helping you with your homework. He sounds like a great father. It's a shame I don't remember much of it. He really was. Although, I kind of feel like I have to ask, did you never move on from him? Move on? You know, I've never seen any other guys around or heard about you dating again. Oh, I hardly have time for that. Even if I wanted to, I'm far too busy with my work for that. So, you're not just staying single because of him, are you? I won't lie to you. Your father was the love of my life. I'm sure I could love again if I tried to, but he would always be my first, and would always be near and dear to my heart. The death of a partner, it's not something you move on from all that easily. Even if you do, it's something you never forget. Plus, if I'm gonna find myself a new man, I'm certainly not gonna settle for less. Anyone who isn't at least as good as Ken is no good. Might as well exclude most men on the planet. At my age, it just might. Still, maybe I'll think of it again once you boys are all grown up and don't need me to take care of you anymore. Then I would still need to find a man who isn't insecure about my history. That's a much taller order than you might think. I can imagine. Mom sighs, turning her head to look wistfully at the little shrine. Getting up from the couch, she slowly walks towards it. I instinctively hold my breath when she reaches for the door, gingerly opening it. I thought it was already open. So apparently she's opening an open door. What the fuck? All her movements graceful and full of care. She puts both of her hands together in prayer, lowering her head and closing her eyes. After a few seconds of deliberation, I joined together in the gesture from the couch. Dad, I don't really know if you're still here or not, but if you are, thank you for everything. Maybe you're the one who looked out for me and made sure I wouldn't get hurt too bad back then. The doctors did say it was a miracle that I came out of it mostly fine. So, thank you. I love you. Okay, I think the soup's almost done cooking. I'm gonna set the table and then we can have lunch together. How about that? Yeah, that sounds good. You're so full of energy. I don't know if that's exactly true, but I do feel better now than I did just a few minutes ago. A few hours later. Actually, I feel like this update's gonna go for a bit. If I'm wrong, oops. But they said that we have fucking Shuichi and June coming over in a bit, and this episode's already been pretty long as is, so I'll go ahead and end this recording here. If you want to play this game for yourself, the link to it is in the description down below, along with various ways to support me, like follow me on my social media platforms or whatever, or through Patreon or Coffee. If you want to be notified when future episodes of this series come out, the subscribe and bell buttons are down below. Bless you, Bri. If you want to not wait for those and want to see other stuff that I've already done before, I've linked to some playlists of stuff I've done up above in the cards over there. That all being said, everyone, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye!